With unparalleled generosity, the UK is showering Ukraine with military support. It is only surpassed in this support by the United States. To everyone's surprise, British Prime Minister Boris Johnson appeared last Saturday in the streets of Kyiv, accompanied by Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, to announce an increase in the volume of military support provided by his country to Ukraine. In a remarkable development, London announced the possibility of sending anti-ship missiles capable of attacking Russian ships and battleships, which bomb a number of Ukrainian cities, in addition to armored vehicles and advanced missile systems. While Germany announced that it had reached the limit in supplying Ukraine with weapons from its stores, Britain was still sending more, and even summoned officials from the Ukrainian Ministry of Defense to visit London and meet with senior army commanders, to find out their needs for weapons. Britain is expected to send about 6,000 missiles, including anti-tank missiles and high-explosive bombs, and Britain says that all of these missiles are defensive missiles. London has already sent 4,000 anti-tank missiles since the start of the war on February 24, including Javelin missiles and laser-guided anti-armor missiles, which means that the total missiles provided to Ukraine from British aid amounted to 10,000 rocket. The value of this aid amounts to more than $130 million, as well as the allocation of $30 million from the British Foreign Office budget devoted to security and stability conflicts, to pay the salaries of Ukrainian soldiers and pilots. Dozens of armor. The Ukrainian army is expected to receive about 120 Mastiff armored cars from the British Army, which are armored vehicles for transporting soldiers and were used by the British Army during the invasion of Afghanistan. Britain will withdraw a number of sensitive devices from these armored vehicles before delivering them to Ukraine, for fear of them falling into the hands of the Russians during the battles, and learning about the technology adopted in them. This armored vehicle is capable of carrying 8 soldiers in addition to the driver, and it can carry machine guns, in addition to an automatic platform for launching missiles, and its maximum speed is 90 km per hour. These vehicles will arrive in a country neighboring Ukraine for the purpose of training Ukrainian soldiers on them, before entering the battlefield, and the aim is to give the Ukrainian army speed of movement and anti-aircraft. Among the advanced missile systems that are arriving to the Ukrainian army from its British counterpart are the Starstreak anti-aircraft missiles. It is a short-range, high-speed air defense missile, which can shoot down combat aircraft, and is distinguished by the fact that it has 3 laser-guided launchers to launch multiple strikes on targets with a maximum speed of about 3,700 km per hour. The French company Thales, the manufacturer of Starstreak, says about this missile as if it consists of 3 high-explosive arrows, and it is launched from a rocket engine-powered platform, which gives it strong thrust, and the company says that this missile is almost resistant to countermeasures for any target. Anti-shipping. News of Britain's attempts to supply Ukraine with anti-ship missiles remains officially unconfirmed, despite the fact that more than one British media outlet reported statements about military officials confirming London's intention to grant these missiles to Kiev. This is related to the American-made Harpoon missiles, whose entry into the battlefield will constitute a qualitative development in its course, especially in the Black Sea, which is dominated by Russia. The length of this missile exceeds 5 meters, and it is one of the most approved missiles in the navies in the world, as it has about 600 warships belonging to the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO. The Harpoon is a long-range missile, with a range of 112 kilometers, and a speed of 860 kilometers per hour, with a huge explosive capacity, so that it can carry about 600 kilograms of explosive materials, with high accuracy in hitting and penetrating the target. Artillery. Among the weapons expected to reach Ukraine is the British-made AS-90 Howitzer, and discussions are still going on between London and Kyiv about how this artillery will reach the Ukrainian army. The British Army used this type of artillery during the occupation of Iraq. The range of this artillery is 25 kilometers, and it is expected to help the Ukrainian army in major battles in the eastern regions. The British newspaper Daily Mail indicates that there is coordination between Britain and the United States in order to provide Ukraine with hypersonic missiles, in the event that battles with Russian forces continue, but this option will remain a last option, given the development of these missiles, which is about 5 times faster than the speed of sound. On the other hand, media reports rule out the possibility of providing Kiev with hypersonic missiles, given that these missiles are still under development and testing, and they are missiles capable of carrying nuclear warheads, and they can be launched from aircraft, and their entry into the war will complicate the situation further.